Everyone loves the mini bands. Everyone loves tube walking. People realize that the glute medius needs attention, but I don't see people executing this very well. People will see, just do tube walking. It'll strengthen your glute medius. It works great. And I don't see that. I don't see proper usage of this piece of equipment, and I don't see good execution of this technique frequently. So I just want to spend a real short minute or two going over how to do some tube walking. I would always make sure that you use the roller or do some self-myofascial release on the hip flexors, especially the TFL before you do this. Maybe a kneeling hip flexor stretch, and then some sort of glute activation like a stability ball bridge with some load on the hips to get the glutes fired up. And then you move to something that's more integrated like this. But let's take just a few minutes with the band, this little mini band here, got them perform better. If you put this below the feet, it's going to be a very long lever arm, and people will either snap them or they won't be strong enough to control them. So I would recommend taking the mini band and putting it just above the knee. If you've got leg hair, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but that's kind of how it goes. So Anderson, I'll have you pan down and I'll just switch. So we'll go ahead, we'll set this up just above the knee like that. If you go below the knee on the shin like this, that can aggravate the peroneal nerve. You might not want to do that. So I would go above the knee. You can try to put it over your shorts if you need to as well. So glute medius. We're going to move primarily in the frontal plane. We're just going to get abduction as we go to do this. We're going to squat down in this athletic control position. Toes are going to stay relatively straight ahead. And then we're going to abduct and then decelerate abduction. Concentrically abduct, decelerate abduction. Strong and in and out. Strong and in and out. So if you notice, my knees are aligned with my toes are just wide on my shoulder. I'm abducting, decelerating abduction. Abducting, decelerating abduction. Now, what I usually see with this is I'll scooch to the side, is I see all kinds of craziness. I see this. This is just the person's TFL, pulling on the IT band, pulling the hip up. That is wrong. I also see this where people kind of scoot over and get creative, where they're sneaking in the TFL a little bit more. And I also see people a little bit more dominant when they do this. This is a quadricep work. This is very little bit of abduction. This is mostly quad work, and then they jump over. Quad work, and then jump over, and then quad work, and then jump over. You've got to be here. We've got to get abduction, decelerate abduction, ab, just like that. So I understand how to come back up. Real short kind of tutorial on mini band walking. If you're trying to strengthen the glute medius, make sure you roll and myofascial release on the TFL, static stretching on the hip flexors and TFL, activate the glutes first, and then you can try that out.